Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And Blue Dragon 5.
And welcome to a very tasty episode of Steven Universe. Or Tiki's Universe, I should say. It's not Steven. It's a recap of Steven Universe.
It is technically Steven's Universe if we want to be really, if we focus on semantics.
I mean, I flubbed that up. But yeah, it's Tiki's Universe. Now, folks, darn it, Dragon. I am very disappointed that we cannot semantically do, speaking of semantics, that we cannot do our usual reactions because, oh my god, not this episode in particular. Like, this episode I really enjoy a lot as well. We're talking about the good Lars first off before building to the kind of 1-2 punch that is Are You My Dad and I Am My Mom. Two of the most gut-punching episodes of the series, I think. Dragon, but we'll build to that. I don't know. It's just like I gotta say, Dragon. I very much remiss the fact that we couldn't react to those episodes.
Oh yeah.
So, all right. So before we get to that, folks, we have to talk through this episode, which I actually did enjoy quite a lot. Dragon. I think this is one of the better Steven and Lars episodes. I really
It's
did.
funny. I thought you were really not going to like this one.
Really? Yeah. No, I
didn't
liked
think you were
it a
going to
lot.
hate. I thought you were going to be like kind of disinterested, like kind of one of the last ones we did.
No, I liked it a lot. I think the difference is that I just like I like all these characters. You know, I like seeing Sadie kind of get like break out of her What?
I'm sorry, Dad. I hate to cut you off, but we have to have a musical interlude, don't we?
Yes, we do, I guess. I mean, we don't technically have to. I can do whatever the hell I want, but screw it, since you brought it up. We...
Oh, Crystal!
Gems.
We always save the day.
And if you think we can't, we'll...
Always find a way.
That's why the people...
of this world
believe in...
Garnet.
Amethyst.
And Pearl.
And
Steven.
All right.
Okay,
so let me just jump into why I like this episode so much. Of course, it's not as groundbreaking of an episode as the season finale, but again, it broke new ground. Technically that is true. I think that is true of the season finale, but in a lot of ways, in more ways than one. But yeah, this episode I just think is a very, very good slice of life episode that builds up to the events of the next two. And I really love the Lars and Sadie dynamic here. Lars and Sadie, I feel like, is kind of like an underrated dynamic of the show in general. I know it gets some flack from time to time, but I personally really like it. I find it a very realistic and relatable relationship, like kind of like how a real world high school relationship would work, and not like a romanticized one.
I think it's fair to say it's hit or miss sometimes, but on the whole, it's good.
Mm-hmm. And my favorite moments of the episode, I gotta say, are the stuff with the cool kids. Like, the cool kids are just like, they're such nice people.
They have always been really good.
I just love, I love Buck. Like, hey, Buck, what do you want? Or what can I get you? I want to order you to come to my house for dinner because we're having a potluck. You know, like the parents do, except we're doing it. It's just, oh my god, it's like these cool kids are like so accommodating of Sadie when she's obviously outside of her comfort zone. Dragon, I gotta say, like, the way that they animate Sadie walking into the party is just like totally how I act in parties. It's just like totally accurate.
You bring paper plates too?
That's honestly sounds about right. Like, that's not outside of the realm of possibility for me.
let's kind of go a little slightly chronologically build to some of the party stuff just for a bit.
Sure.
A few things. So again, on the whole, it's a nice kind of. I think it's a nice hobby that we give Lars. You know, this the very beginning we have like the pumpkin bread bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice to kind of give him this baking hobby. I thought that was a nice little piece of character development.
Keep pumpkin dog away from Lars.
yes. To be fair, he didn't murder a pumpkin to make that pumpkin bread. He just, he's had the supplies.
right.
As we saw, he's got the batiste. There's a recipe. He's not making it from scratch necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was really kind of a nice little bit of development for Lars, and of course we got some great food animation, which Deacon and I did appreciate. Because I gotta tell you,
You know it,
the
bro.
pumpkin bread looked very tantalizing. I gotta say, it's such a clever little culinary invention. It's like this pumpkin-shaped thing, a pumpkin where you kind of grab and slice off. That's awesome.
I think we can go ahead and add that to our like hypothetical Universal Studios like dining complex where we have like like the cookie cats and or I'm sorry, what is it?
There's cookie cats. There's
The fry bits.
yes, the bits,
The bits. Of course the pizzas.
Yep, fish stick pizza.
Uh-huh.
Yep, and now we can add ube.
It's just
Well,
like
I call it kind of the giant purple Swiss roll, but it's ube.
I gotta tell you, I gotta tell you, Dragon, this hypothetical like downtown Disney style Steven Universe area is just kind of like writing itself.
Let's just make Beach City. Why can't we just kind of do
exactly
do a whole bunch of beach cities? We just construct some dock like
Greg Universe could own a record store.
Oh, why records? Oh, right, of course.
Well, because like it's a park, Anyways,
I'm thinking like kind of a practical car wash you could have. Yes. Makes more sense. Yes.
I don't think a car wash in the middle of the downtown Disney district would be very practical. Anyways,
you have your car washed by a guy that looks just like Greg Universe.
Hey, how you doing?
He gives out CDs on the side. You get T-shirts of the Guitar Dad on the side too, which we do have a reappearance of that in this episode. Buck's wearing his Guitar Dad.
Right.
So we have bits with Lars here, the whole bingo bongo, which I gotta tell you, I will say this, I love how it comes back, but with the cool kids, but I think it's a little forced in the moment. Just they were forcing some uncoolness in the delivery of bingo bongo.
I guess, but like you said, they pay it off so well that I don't mind.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's always a very minor grip. I'm just, but again, it's really overall it's kind of a nice happy
bingo
episode.
bongo man. You broke new ground.
Yep, it's a nice happy episode with Lars in the beginning.
Totally.
Yep, and of course then we get the giant sweet potato Swiss roll,
Mm-hmm.
the ube. It's a cute little sequence of Lars baking this to this really catchy music, just him baking the purple Swiss roll.
Mm-hmm. And I really do like Steve and Lars' conversation they have about how Lars is afraid of what people will think of him, if they know that he's into baking. And I gotta say, Dragon, that's like a really good kind of theme that Steven Universe is touching on, the theme of like kind of like, like owning up to your masculinity and not wanting to like strip that away, you know what I mean? And kind of like, I don't know, again, it touches on a very kind of social, political issue that I can totally relate to.
Yeah. I mean, of course, the scenes in front of us right now. Just I love the kind of the open up about your feelings.
Oh God.
But yeah, basically what Lars is kind of espousing in the scene, and I think we use his sweet spot with kind of what we can do with Lars. Sometimes it's kind of Lars has a fear of perception. He fears how he's being perceived by the puppet. It's kind of the ironic joke that actually
that doesn't sound like anyone we know at all.
No, and I just like I love the bitter irony that well, not the bitter. I just love the irony that the cosmic irony is that if Lars actually spent time, did what the puppet kids are inviting him to do, he actually would be accepted. He realized he doesn't have to be all worried about them because they're really easygoing. That's kind of as Sadie points out in the episode. If he ever just hung out with him, he wouldn't be so wigged out by him all the time. And again, I just think we kind of hit upon just kind of this is kind of some of the best of Lars kind of having these sorts of issues. I think they hit upon in the episode. Just like, it's very relatable. They hit in kind of a relatable spot. Just, we're all kind of worried what people think.
It almost feels like a direct sequel to Lars and the Cool Kids, which is another one of the best Lars episodes.
Yeah, you get our mind. Some of the episode tells run together for me. What's
Lars and the Cool Kids is like all the way back in season 1. That's where we have that great like confrontation with Steven, like, like I didn't even know my mom.
Okay, that's the Moss one, right? Okay.
Right,
I just want to make sure. I thought that was it. I just want to make sure. Okay. Because I keep thinking of that one when it's like the Lars and the Cool Kids, because Steven's kind of stealing his thunder along the way. But anyway, yeah, you're right there. I agree with you. Yes. Let's see. Of course, the Popular Kids Pizza Potluck was awesome. It's just kind of it's so again. It's basically it's like for the cool kids. I like they're kind of like they're built up like Fonzie, but they're all actually Richie Cunningham.
Right.
It's like what if the cool? It's like what if we did kind of a top like an inverted Fonzie thing, you know? It's like what if Richie Cunningham is like the new barometer of cool.
Well, I don't know. I don't really think that's too far off in today's society, to tell you the truth.
Just without getting into it, I actually had I kind of I plotted
Oh God.
for my own enjoyment. I kind of plotted a Batman story recently that has
Of course you did.
that involves Happy Days.
Oh God.
But it seriously has like the big climax of the thing is.
I want to do this as a podcast.
It involves the Joker just kind of making comparisons to Happy Days. It's kind of that's the big kind of climatic build that I kind of.
Okay, so it's not literally like Batman meets Happy Days.
It's not Batman meets Happy Days.
Okay,
No, it's like thematically, Happy Days is actually the big terrifying kind of build. It's like kind of like it's Joker like knowing you so well. It's like usually point. I'm sorry, we're trailing off, but the point is, watch Happy Days, folks. No, the actual point is just getting back to see the Popular Kids are always fun and so darn nice, and I love that they genuinely appreciate Lars because in the beginning, like sometimes they're a little weirded out by Lars, but no, they're not weirded out by Lars. Just Lars tries too hard, and
Bingo bongo, man.
yeah. And again, the paper plates bit is just really nice and
I
unconventional.
love the paper plates bit. Oh my God.
It's so nice, and I love sour cream. Sour cream's always been really fun. Sour cream just has this really great moment. It's over the top by his standards, but it's like just like he turns the lights out, throws the glow sticks. Yeah.
Right.
And he just like says, "Hey, we don't have to do dishes because plates." I just love that Sadie's really didn't bring any food because she was like kind of a package deal with Lars, and in the end, she got. It's like these kids really are so nice. It's like the nice girl society, but they're all.
Oh God! The nice girl society.
I was saying, it's like, what if we had kind of the just like.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole. We don't have time.
You see what I mean, though? Just but they're so darn nice.
Oh my God.
Now, another very minor gripes. I think we might have lingered. It's not. I mean, it's building towards good stuff. So I don't really know how much of a gripe this is. I think we linger on Sadie singing a little bit too much.
Oh, I strongly disagree. Actually, I thought that was a beautiful moment and a great callback to Sadie's song.
I think that's the thing. It's a callback. I just feel like that's like them just trying to make a callback versus like kind of something natural in the story. It's like, well, we don't even know if we need it.
I don't know. I thought that was a really nice moment for Sadie's character. It's like we haven't really seen a lot of Sadie for season 4, so it was nice to have a spotlight on her.
I mean, again, it's a good moment. I'm just kind of questioning like the placement of it. But you're right, though. It's a good moment. I'm agree with you there, and I like that. It's like the end point of this part of it very much so. Just her walking home with Steve, and they kind of realize, Sadie's kind of really. I never imagined. Again, she's very much a shunning. She's very kind of kept to herself. And
right.
Very much like Laura's always trying to angle him to be the next in line with the Popular Kids crew, and Sadie's always wants to take Lars away from that. Now she's actually with the group saying, "I never thought I'd be hanging out with those guys." It's really nice. Kind of, it's always nice to progress Sadie's character. Sadie's always been a good character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
So after the glow stick hooray,
we have that heartbreaking moment with the cake in the trash can.
Yes, I love how Steven just can fly above Beach City and look for Lars.
Yeah, that's great. That's kind of like a young Goku moment.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Why didn't I see that? Yes. But yeah, seriously though, we do have that great heartbreaking moment where you see the open trash cans, the kind of squashed, and the base is like as if I believe, of course, is a story point where it was squashed and tossed in the thing. You gotta imagine. Wait, Lars's hands aren't that big.
Right. Yeah.
I think it was one of our. Well, we'll get to it in a second. It is a heartbreaking kind of reveal. Like, oh, he didn't have the stones to go through with it. He couldn't go to the party. He just. Then of course Sadie making the same realization. All of it's not even spoken about. Just he shows her, and they don't even have to speak of it anymore. They get it. And they get it. It's how Lars is. And we've seen Lars kind of be like this at times, and it's like a little disappointing because again we were so sold on Lars kind of going to the party. Like Steven convinced them in the scene. You convinced them, and they didn't.
Mm-hmm. And Sadie even has a callback. She's like, "Yeah, Lars and the cool kids. It's all gonna happen. All right."
Yep, and then we have yet again. This is the book when this happened. I thought Tiki was kind of right. It's just going to end the same way. Here's we have the ominous ending again with our silhouettes of
I mean,
our.
it does end exactly the same way, but I just think the episode itself is a lot more enjoyable. Like I said, it's not that I dislike the previous episode. It's just I feel like this has a lot more character stuff in it.
I'll admit, I think the other one's just kind of has a lot of fun lines in it. This one,
Mm-hmm.
I'll admit, I think is more kind of it's more kind of character building with Lars.
Yeah, yeah. Like we get character building on the cool kids, we get character building on Sadie, of course, Lars. It's all good stuff, I think.
I will say I do love kind of the mysterious. I love the music cue with our evil gems here. It's kind of that mysterious kind of shadowed, silhouetted thing, and they and
Sure, sure.
again, I think these gems. I think the big one. We're not going to get into the names quite yet because we're going to do that next two. But
Fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
think one of them, in the big one, I keep imagining it's based on how it's crumbled. I think it just took the giant ube and just, and that's why the lid's off because this didn't care just as he absconded with Lars, just threw
Mm-hmm.
it away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Lars was actually dead son going to the party. I just want to make that's the thing I'm kind of getting at here. I think Lars was going to go to the party and then was captured.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that like the most monumental event in Steven Universe is kind of like, like in the midst of this sort of slice of life stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
It's a good kind of mix of like the epic Steven Universe and the very, very humble Steven Universe.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think that's about it, Dragon, unless you have any other parting thoughts.
I guess final thoughts.
Yeah,
Again,
I don't have any final thoughts, but go ahead.
just on the whole real quiz. It was a fun little character builder for Lars that still continues our ominous plot thread, but it's keeping it interesting. And thankfully, they can carry on ending it like a couple more episodes like that. I think we're kind of reaching kind of the culmination of the next episode. I think they struck the right balance with it.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this episode as a slice of life kind of thing. I think, as we were talking about, very good character building stuff.
Slice of pumpkin life.
Yes. Dragon, I gotta say, I really do love the Sadie stuff in the episode. The song included. So, anyways, so folks, until next time, we are the Crystal Gems. We'll always save the day, and if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this world believe in Tiki.
Dragon.
And
Steven! And baking.
Bingo bongo, y'all. Bingo bongo.